Welcome back to another episode of the Bear Trap on the Boom and Bust channel, a Bears podcast by a Bears fan. I'm your host, Terry, and thank you if you're subscribed. If you're not, go click the button. If you are, if you're not, click the thumbs up button. All that help grows the channel, and I thank you for it. All right, so today, we'll see if this episode ever comes out, but excited that we potentially might be back in the film. I keep being cautious because it's been terrible and I don't trust it. And I've mentioned before, for people that have the NFL service and have seen it, it was terrible. It was great at first, and then just for some reason they changed it and it was horrible. And then they took it away, and then they finally came back and it was horrible. And this year it seemed like it was horrible again, but now they have started to give us the full film instead of trying to break it up into clips or whatever. I don't know. But we got that. And so far from what I've been looking at, it seems feasible. Now, as I said on the channel, the difference is, the major difference, we can't search for anything anymore. We used to be able to search for specific plays. Now we can't do that because they lazy. So I, got to dig around to find plays. But as for today, just to give it a test run, I'm just going to go through probably the first two series on both sides of the ball. We'll see if it goes smooth, how quick it goes. Maybe go a little longer, but that's just what I'm going to stick with today. It wasn't a whole bunch, I think, important plays to look at. Against the Packers, we kind of know what it was, but yeah, that's what we're we're going to try to do. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and get this started. So it'll be the kickoff first, and then we'll just let it roll. Oh yeah, sorry. They got both views on there, which is nice. So it's first down. This is the Bears defense. So let's just pause for a quick second. We want to see how they're lined up. So we got Gordon has been in the slot for us for the most part, and Vildor's been playing that other corner, and Monroe's been in on nickel packages as well as inside that linebacker. I was thinking we might see Houston Carson, but it's been kind of Morrow, and then Brisker's down here in the box too. So we'll let it play. Pitch play. End up looks like 3 or 4 yards. So we'll see it from the end zone. And it looks like this just tweaks just a little bit. But we're going to have to deal with that. Alright, so we'll see it from the end zone. I'll try to pause it when I can. Alright, so they pretty much leave Muhammad, and they just pitch out and then pin back with the receiver, and then Mercedes Lewis, the tight end. Then they pull the lineman out, leaving Muhammad alone because they're just trying to get to the perimeter. And Muhammad ends up chasing down that play, making that play, which is good. I don't remember what the penalty was for, but it's good that he made that play because he was unblocked, so that's what you expect. So they come back with another run. The penalty had to be on us, I guess. All right, let's see what we got. Again, we're in the nickel, which is I mean, they got one tight end, so it's 11 personnel, so I guess. And plus, it's Aaron Rodgers, so you want to stay in the nickel. But obviously, that's, one less defender that we have in the box, even though we got single high. And this is just a zone. The one thing I really miss is the slow function. I can't really play it slow so you can see it. Let me go back. I can't see who made that tackle. I think it's Roquan. No, it's not Roquan. All right, so they just zone, cut the backside. I can't really tell who's in, but our end, they pin him. And then they work up to the second level. Rowe does a good job of fighting that block. And it looks like 93, which is Jones, comes and makes that play. All right, so next play. Got a play action, Sammy Watkins. Who was 44? Okay, so we're not in the nickel. That's what I thought, because it looks like Gordon is outside. So Gordon's actually playing nickel in outside, which is what I expected. So he's matched up. We got single high. This might be cover one, might be some type of blitz, but the way they're standing doesn't look like it's a zone. Either way, play action. I mean, Sammy just beats him inside. Stacks him up, gets him shuffling, beats him inside. It's a play action and a quick throw. Not much time for pass rush or anything. All right, so we're back in the nickel. They zone away. Robert Quinn makes that play from the backside. I don't know why they didn't chip him with Jones, but they just left him. Nothing too spectacular there. All right, now they're in trips. All right, let's see the coverage. He tries to outlet it to the flat. Brisker ends up covering that up. Looks like we're in single high again. Gordon is super far off. Looks like just all slants. Looks like all slants. I guess that's Vildor on the outside. Really playing tough on that slant. I mean, the middle slant, you're going right into zone. I mean, honestly, you probably could have had Cobb here. But Aaron Rodgers pulls the trigger early. Brisker does a good job picking up his guy, Dylan. And the pass just overthrown. It didn't look like it was too much pressure, but I guess we'll see. It's better with the film, but still not perfect. But no, that wasn't too much pressure. I just didn't like that play call design. All right, so Lazard gets complete for a big play. I'm realizing if I do 2 to 3 drives, it's going to take a long time. All right. Again, we don't blitz anybody really. Pick up everybody out the backfield. This looks like man. So it's either cover 2 man or it's a robber because Eddie's playing a little low. I mean, really, Gordon's out leverage right there. He's got outside leverage. Lazard takes it inside. It's man coverage. Not a whole lot you can do there, but they surely are picking on Gordon. Oh, my God. Okay, we got a good stop there. I know it blanked out. Hopefully the end zone copy we can see. I mean, that's just a good job by Justin Jones continuing to work. It wasn't really supposed to cut back, but there was this film starting to tweak. There wasn't really much there, so he ended up cutting it back, and Jones just continued to work off that block and to come back. But that's the thing about run defense, especially, you know, as we've seen with our guys before, is just really maintaining that line of scrimmage. And not giving the running back space. See that again. Looks like another zone play. And Blackson comes backside. I don't know if it was a call, a stunt, or if he just saw it coming, but he went through the back of that zone, made a nice play. You know what's crazy? As you can probably see, there was a couple people open on that play. I was about to say, now it just doesn't want to work. So again, it looks like man 2. Well, we got Johnson in motion with Lazard. So it looks like man 2. Really, Aaron had Lazard right there if he wanted to. And then I'm not sure what, I think that's Brisker. I'm not sure what he stepped up on or what he saw. But then he left the deep open and kind of left his man out to dry. I mean, that's a hard pass, but it was something he probably could have attempted. So then ends up having to outlet it to the back. And again, we made some good plays to the back as far as against the pass. And I want to let this play through clean so we could see the pass rush, but, you know. All right, looks like we got Muhammad in, who has taken over as the starter, really. That's a good play by Morrow, just finishing the play. It had to be some penalty. I honestly don't remember all the flags, but it had to be a flag because they moved up. And another thing I just want to say real quick, because especially with fantasy and betting, people forget, yes, there's a lot more offense in the league, quote unquote, but most of it is flags. Y'all forget how much of the offense is flags. Like, so like that play, we ended up doing pretty well, and I don't remember what the call was, but it was some type of flag. This looks like another flag. The only thing with this tape, they don't show you the down and distance after each play like they're supposed to. Okay. Just cut right to the next play. They use a lot of tight end. I think more than usual. Looks like a bad pass by Aaron. Trying to catch us sleeping. And really, they're just going. I mean, I don't know if the receiver's on the right page or what, but they look like they're just going off the leverage of the slot. Every time he's inside, they go outside. When he's outside, they go inside. So he tries to get that quick little out. I can't tell if that was batted. Might have been tipped a little bit by Gibson. All right, so now we're in the empty. Or Packers are in the empty. And that was just, I remember that play being just enough to get it out of his hands. And the ball's already gone. Let's see. Let's see how coverage held up. So we got Eddie and Brisker, 2 deep. I can't see who this is, but Gordon's on the outside, so we might not be in nickel, which I doubt because it's empty. But, okay. It's hard to see their numbers. And so we do a little stop, a little flat stop. Try to push vertical to take their attention from the safety and then bring him across. But I can't tell who these people are. But we got our defender over deep middle, might be a Tampa 2. And so that ends up being covered. And then we're underneath this. Safety help here. And so Aaron Rodgers just takes that shot. Doesn't think the safety could get over there. And then it's a 50-50 ball at that play. And if you remember the close-up of that, Gordon just got his hand on that pass. I really hate that it keeps skipping like this. Oh, well. So, all right, back in empty again. Now, I'm not sure what Aaron was looking at. he had it. First of all, this was wide open right off the jump, and it looks like that's what he was looking at, and then he just let it go. That ended up being open. I don't know the down and distance, so it's hard to say why, but he let that go. Went to the other side, which actually was open. He fell, but it was open, so he fell. He pulled it down. But even still, he had Lazard there, and maybe that's where he was going. But that one's on the quarterback. He kind of just held the ball too long, let the pressure get there. And we didn't do anything special. It's hard to even call that a cover sack because we had a lot of people open. But I'm going to have to place that one on the quarterback. I mean, the pass rush didn't do anything special. It was just pushing, a bunch of bull rush, and ended up getting a sack. All right, let's see the offense. Yeah, we're going to do one series. This is real long. The Packers had hella plays. All right, I love a good under center handoff out of trips. We got trips to our left with the tight end on the other side. I like this formation. Just a zone. Nothing too spectacular. All right, now we got a doubles close. Now, this play is a split zone. And I've told you before, the Bears aren't special. Most teams run zone, split zone. A lot of the plays you see are just zone and split zone, a lot of the runs. So split zone, they're just going to move zone one way, kick back the other way. And Montgomery makes the read that the play side isn't looking good. So he ends up following right off the path of the kick-out block, backside, and ends up finding a nice little gap. Now, one thing, just to back it up, if we talking real X's and O's here, this is one of the nice things you can do as an offensive mind is run one of these receiver tags. I believe it's going to be this tight end. But one of these people runs a tag, like, so if you're going to do a run play or whatever, you might, a lot of times you'll have the receiver do a runoff vertical or a stalk block, but sometimes you might do a little bubble or something just to get the other defenders to look. So this receiver is going to do a tag. So he goes flat. Now, this cutback is there, but is really filled by this safety. But since they run the little tag, the safety's going to chase that, and it's going to open up this hole. And that's why you do stuff like that. All right, so let's move it on to the next play. So he went 21 personnel, fullback, dropped a snap. Didn't really get to do much. Don't need to look at that too much. Okay, here's the flea fit. Oh my God, flea flicker. Good old classic. Protection held up well for the most part. And that's the thing. That's the same thing that got the 49ers. Nobody thinks our pass game is that effective. And so since that's the case, whenever we do these play actions and stuff, it's pretty effective because they think we're just going to run. They think that's all we can really do. And I wouldn't say that's all we can do, but that is what we do the best. So people were talking about last week, or how come the 49ers, how come they got open? It's because we weren't doing anything on offense. So they just kept sucking up, ready to take our run away. So here we get a toss play, 21 personnel again. And I can't see the numbers, but our receivers are working really well in concert with our linemen. I know we've seen a number of times where we just really did not block well with our receivers the last few years. And then I was like, who is that holding up this play? Of course, Tevin Jenkins. So as you can see, Borum's going to have to get to the outside with the receivers and then the kick out block. So what you're going to have to do is take the edge, the man on the edge. And this is the last man on the edge. And you see Jenkins not only be able to hold him, but move his feet to continue to seal him off long enough for Montgomery to get around. Wow. Randomly, they showed the down distance. NFL, man, y'all make me so upset. Y'all, we had a good thing, and y'all just ruined it. All right, so here we go again. Heavy personnel, not 21, though. Then we do a power. Honestly, we didn't block this up too great, but Montgomery makes a nice move, and honestly, they didn't call Tevin Jenkins for what, I don't know if it was a hold to me, but it could have been considered. So we get this combo here on the edge, preferably up to this linebacker. We got one-on-one here. Coming around for the kick out here. And then we're going to pull up to either him or Amos in the next level is what you want. And really, I mean, we did a good job. I think Montgomery's path was off a little bit. It should have been wider. But then he bounces it and makes that play anyway. So then a little PA sprint. And Justin Fields goes in. That's pretty simple. All right, let's wrap it up there because I'm happy we got that much done. Hopefully that comes through clear and everything. But, yeah, I'm going to have to really, like, as I said before, find specific and I'm going to have to go find it, record it, and then clip them together is probably what I'll have to do, which is way more work, but that's probably what we'll do going forward if we continue to get film like this. Because as you can see, but this is how it goes in a real football team. Like, really, I mean, as coaches, you just have to go through all these plays, and I don't even know the plays. If I knew the plays, bro, you could spend an hour on each play talking about what each person did. But hopefully that gave you a little bit of insight. Maybe if I'm feeling, feisty, I might do another film session later before Sunday. So, but yeah, tell me what you think. Go down to the comment section, share it around, get the conversation started. Thumbs up, subscribe, and remember, stay up and bear down.